I grew up as the child of a conservative rabbi in what felt at the time like the only religious family in town. So I wasn't allowed to play Little League because all the games were played on the Sabbath, and I never learned how to play baseball. What I did learn was that Little League was the earliest access that a child could have to the American dream, and that Judaism had stolen it from me. Now, a few years later, I decided to go to this Orthodox high school, and I discovered two things that completely turned my world upside down. One, I go from being like the only religious kid in town to the least religious person in the entire school. And two, like all the other dudes in my school came from this other town that was filled with religious Jews, and they'd had some kind of like community organizing effort that moved all the Little League games to Sundays. So they all grew up like learning and loving to play baseball. So whereas Judaism had made me terrible at this sport, it had allowed all of them to be amazing at it. And as the rare liberal unicorn in this Orthodox universe, I did whatever I could to fit in. I taught myself how to lead Orthodox services, which contained about 600,000 more prayers than anybody had ever told me about. I studied my way out of remedial Talmud class, which, yes, like that's an actual thing. And I avoided baseball at all costs. By my senior year, my friends had convinced me to sign up for the intramural softball league, which was a favorite pastime of all the guys in school. And you know what? For 3 years, I'd listen to all them talk about how fun it was, and I was like, I like fun. I want to have fun. And so I joined up, and like, guess what? It was fun, and it turned out I was actually pretty good at this game, except for one really, really important thing. I couldn't hit the damn ball for the life of me. Like, at best, I could shoot the thing 50 feet straight into the air and then just stand there and wait for someone to catch it. Like, the outfielders wouldn't do that thing where they like walk in for the bad hitters. They just stand there. Like, they knew I was never gonna get to them. They were not gonna waste their energy on me. It was totally humiliating. And my friends did whatever they could to support me. They took me to batting cages for hours on end. They like gave me tons of pointers. They put a ball on a tee for me once. Like, they supported my athletic development in a way that they never supported my religious development, because like studying Torah will never score runs for anyone ever. But nothing worked. And I like the fact that I couldn't hit basically became the running joke of the entire league. And I want you to know, this is a league where like 90-pound Avi Goldstein, like he once hit 2 grand slams in the same game. Avi Goldstein was a kid who would fall down in the face of a light breeze. I'm not saying that to exaggerate, like that's an incident I witnessed. And all 90 pounds of Avi Goldstein like laughed at me along with everybody else. It was terrible. And then, this one day about halfway through the season, I pulled up to the field and I pick up my car phone. This is 1997. And I call my mom to let her know I'm gonna be home late. And when she picks up, she's just like, she's frantic, she's in tears, she's flipping out. And she tells me she was out walking Oscar, the family dachshund, when this like goddamn schnauzer from around the corner attacked them, and this schnauzer was so strategically efficient in this attack that it managed to alternate between biting my mom and then chewing on Oscar's leash in such a way that he suffocated. And the only way for my mom to get out of this was to pick up Oscar, to put him on her head, and run all the way home. Let that image sink in. And all of this had gone down about 5 minutes before I called her. Now, despite being pretty traumatized by this, my mom recounted this incident to me with such remarkable clarity that I was able to see every single detail of this attack unfold in my mind. And as she's talking, I can hear Oscar at her feet just whimpering. Now, if you've never heard a dog truly cry, it basically sounds like someone took all of the sadness and pain that ever existed in the universe and distilled it into one tiny, absolutely heartbreaking sound. And as I sat there and listened to my mom cry and Oscar whimper, I started to feel something that I'd never felt before. I was filled with this pure, unadulterated rage. And I knew that I had to do something to help my mother. And I knew exactly what it was. and I said, "Mom, I'm gonna hit a home run for you right now." And I took the phone and I clicked it into the cradle like as hard as I possibly could with all my anger. And I have no idea, why I thought hitting a home run would help my mother, but it seemed like it made perfect sense at the time. Except, I definitely shouldn't have hung up on her while she was still crying. I make my way out to the field, and I sit very quietly and patiently until it's my turn to hit, but inside I'm simmering, I'm filled with anger, I'm about to explode. And as it's finally my turn to hit, I walk up to the plate, and I point out to the outfield like I'm Babe Ruth or something. And I announce to everyone, I go, "I'm gonna hit a home run right now!" And I watch as the three outfielders grab their stomachs and fall to their knees. They're cracking up. They think this is hilarious. Everybody on the field is cracking up. I look to both sides. My team is laughing at me. Now, I don't know if you've ever had a crowd of Jews laughing at you. Tonight, right now, 30 seconds ago, it feels pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But as the response to an insecure teenager's first public expression of confidence, no. But I won't let their laughter stop me. I get my bat up, and I'm ready to go. And as that first pitch comes my way, time suddenly slows to a stop, and there's nothing left in the universe but me and that pitch. And I watch as the ball slowly comes my way, and just for a split second, I look at it and I see the face of that goddamn schnauzer. And then I knock the thing right out of the park. Holy shit. I did it. I didn't know I could do it. I didn't believe it either. And this, it feels amazing. It feels like I'm Thor and this bat is my hammer. I feel like a god, except I can't say this out loud because it's heresy to all the guys on the field. And I look up, and the face of the schnauzer is gone, and it's replaced by 20 cheering faces. My team, they're losing their minds, but I look, the other team is cheering too, this is incredible. And I run to first base. I'm jumping in the air with every step. And then I slow down a little bit, and I jog to second base. And I stop, and I look around. And then I start to walk home. I savor every single moment of this. I have no idea if this is ever gonna happen again. It doesn't. And I just let all of this sink in. It's one of very few things in my life that I can describe as a perfect moment. Now, I spent 4 years trying to fit into that strange little Jewish universe. And the moment after I hit that ball was probably the only time I truly felt it. And I have to be honest with you, I never expected that a street fight between two tiny German dogs would be the thing that got me there. Thank you.
Put me in cold.